Hey everyone, this is Ashley and I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on how you make a certain type of hemp pattern for when you're making bracelets and necklaces, etc. First you want to do, you want to get at least 6 strands that are about the same length. Normally you'd want them very long because this pattern does take a lot of string. But I'm just going to do a quick little one, so I'm not going to use that much. But yeah, get them all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to get your center here. Whoops. Dang it. Ah. Excuse me, I'm trying to do this kind of fast. Because I do take forever. Anyway, once you find out about where your center is, you want to twist it, that way you don't have, it just makes it look a lot better when you make your loop. You twist all the strings. Da-da-da. Normally wouldn't be going this fast. But yeah, I'm kind of slow. There's your knot. Let's tie up the knot. Da-da-da. You want to make the knot as tight as possible, obviously. Shit. Okay. I kind of fudged. Alright. Well, my knots have looked better than that, but you get the gist of it. Basically, you get your knot. Okay. This pattern seems a lot more complicated than it actually is. I'm just going to go right off the bat and say that. Okay. I say 6 strands because you want at least 12 strands to work with, because you want to have it in groups of 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. First, I'd start out in the center because that's what you should do. I'm just going to start off on a normal square, just a regular square knot, just because it's the simplest one that most people know how to do, and you can see what I'm going to do quite easily. Okay. The thing about this is that you really want to make sure to keep your separate strings apart, because it can get kind of confusing because you're dealing with a lot of rope. Trust me, I know, and it can be kind of irritating. I'm just going to start this pattern at 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6. Okay. Okay, and then you're going to want to do the same thing to the other 2 sides real quick. Uh-oh. I kind of fudged up. Don't know where. Oh, okay. There we go. I thought I did. I didn't. Alright. Cool beans. Okay, we're just going to start that off again. This strand is also going to be 6 knots. 2, 3, 4, Sorry. My nails are a lot longer than I'm used to working with. Should have cut them. And sorry for the background car noises. I am obviously sitting outside because I have better light out here. So you can see what I'm doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. Okay. Alright. Tip it up. Tighten it. Nice and tight. 1, 2. That one was trying to hide too. Okay, and we do the stirred side right here. Again, 6 loops, or 6 knots, whatever you want to call them. Yep. 1, 2. Damn it. Come here. Sorry, so quiet. I have nothing that interesting to talk about right now. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. Alright. Now after you have these 3 different ones, okay, just tighten that one up a bit. So one looks a little wonky, but it's not. Okay. Should be something like that, right? You have these 3. Okay. That's 6, 6, 6 knots. That is okay. Now next what you're going to do, you're going to connect these 2, and then you're going to connect these 2. And what you're going to do, you're going to take 2 strands from the middle. I take the outer and the closest inner, and the same on that. And you just repeat the process. And your 2 that are going to be the out for these 2 knots are going to be your inside, and the 2 inside ones are going to be your outside. Okay. And again, 6 knots. Right? Right. Okay. My fingers getting kind of funky. Okay. I fudged a little bit on that. Sorry. Like I said, you have a lot of strings, and it is kind of difficult at times to keep them separated because you just have so much string to work with. I kind of take my time when I'm doing this normally, and I set off these to the side so I don't get as confused. Just because it's a little simpler that way. It's a little bit easier to do when you have longer strands, but as I'm just doing an example, I didn't need that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and one more knot on this one. And yep. Okay. Right, and that part of the pattern is complete. And then you want to do the same for these sides, so you use your remaining center strand, and then you're going to use these. And again, 6 knots, obviously. That is the pattern here. It's all about 6. You don't have to use 6. It's just, that's what this is an easy number to remember right now. Right? You can do any kind of variation of this as you please. This is just what I'm doing right now. Right? This is a lot of finger work, so be prepared. It is also a bit time consuming. Alright, got a little cluster F right there. Alright, 3. 4. One string just wants to be part of that group. It wants friends, I guess. Alright. Ah. Oh. You do not belong. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, you're probably keeping count better than I am. Alright, and this is about how it should look now. After you do 1, 2, 3, and then you do a 1, 2. And then you pretty much just start the process all over. You get your 2 center strands. And it's gonna bring it back to the 1, and then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna have that, and you just keep repeating it. I'll do this that way you can see what a full, complete one looks like real quick. It looks better the longer you do it. Because it won't look so jumbled up and messy, right? Like this right now. It will be more of a square look once you're doing it longer. You'll see what I mean. In a second, I'll show you something I'm currently working on. That way you can see what the pattern looks like. And it's a little better. A little more completed, I suppose. And not so rushed. This looks like not the best. Alright. Like I said, this does take a lot of hemp, even just for a bracelet. So you really want to get long string, because, yeah, you may not have enough to do whatever your project is requiring it. Alright, and then after you do that, you're just going to want to make this like that top one, and then you're just going to repeat the whole process. It'll look a little better once it's all done more, so you can see that. So it's just 1, 2, 3, oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Basically over and over and over again until you get finished. This is something I'm currently working on. It's the same pattern, I'm just using spirals instead. I'm using a spiral knot, and I added beads to make it look a little more pretty. I like prettiness, and they're like a peacock collection, so it looks really nice. As you can see, it does end up looking a little more square. So, and this is just to give you an idea for this. This is a lot of string. I was going to make it into a necklace, I didn't quite have enough for a necklace. And yeah, so like I said, you really want a lot of hemp for a necklace or even a bracelet. It takes a lot of practice, but it's really easy to pick up. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, just ask me. I will answer anything that you're unsure of. And yeah, and I have other little things I do, but yep. So thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful.